Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, it's WIP Wednesday, so we get together and we have a look at all the awesome bits and bobs you guys have been hobbying out there. So for me, I have finished off all the teams for the YouTube. In fact, we've filmed 4 games now already, so look for that to start dropping in the next couple of weeks. I'm so excited to share the Bonehead Championship with everyone. It's been awesome fun to film and I'm really happy with how it's come out. It's just taken forever to achieve, but yeah, no, managed to paint basically a team in a day and got it all done, and we're all on track now. So I actually have a little period of hobby freedom. However, the printer is dead, so I'm gonna have to paint some of the stuff I've already got. Anyway, talking of painting things, let's have a look and see what you guys have been working on. First up, we've got Gary. Hey Ben, I hope you're well. It's been a while since I've sent anything in, but I wanted to send you my current projects. I've painted a team for our club's second season of Blood Bowl 2020. I'm currently using my Black Orcs. I'm 10 games in and top of the Casualty League at 26 and Killer League at 9. Dude, nice. They are good for that, but the league is full of fast passing teams and it's a real struggle. So I have started and finished my new team, OWA, the Forgotten Heroes, a team of discarded old players from other teams that have come together to show they still have it. They're ready for Season 2 on 1st of October. Wow, you're way ahead of schedule, nice. Only got Kraken Crumbleberry to finish, which I've managed to acquire, which will be the Ogre and Halfling the OWA are allowed. That is a clever combo there. Stay safe and happy blocking. Regards, Gary. Gary, happy blocking indeed. So this is Gary's OWA team. Did we see a name? Oh, the Forgotten Heroes. I like that. Now that's one really cool thing about OWA is they are basically just the discarded stuff, the leftovers. It's like the last chances, Kelly's Heroes of Blood Bowl. I think it's wicked, and they are such a unique challenge to play as well, which again I can only applaud. Love the scheme, nice and gritty. And I love the damage on there as well. Team is looking sweet. I'm looking forward to seeing your Kraken Crumbleberry. Oh man, I love OWA. It's I just want to play all these teams all the time, and I cannot wait for BB3 to land. Whoa, we've got more dwarves up next. Gary, thank you so much for sharing. Next, we have got Gents again. Hey, my dwarf team is ready for the pitch. I still intend to add names, player numbers, etc., but for now, I've had enough of them. The first few were fun to paint, but eventually I had had enough of them. A Death Roller should be arriving in the next few days. Maybe once I tackle that mini, I'll add the final touches to the team. Absolutely. New arrivals are on my painting desk. Still a bit decided about my next team. Black Orcs, Goblins, or Lizardman. I slightly modified the Troll model. Arm pose, minor changes to head and head swap on the Goblin Snotling. For Lizardman, I started working on a mini that would be my Croxigore. He's on a 40mm base. Good stuff. Not sure if I want to add more armor or bits and bobs to the tail. The main sculpt is from my personal miniature sculpting hero, Jacques Alexandre Gillois. Sorry, I'm just very Ben. Cheers, gents. Right, let's have a look at this dwarf team. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and we've had a look at this in its stages. This is why I love WIP Wednesday. We see like the beginning of a project all the way through to the, quite frankly, unnecessarily brilliant finish. Now, the pick out here are those minor conversions with the wings and the horns and things. And I'm not going to lie, the paint job definitely carries it as well. Because it's just such a wonderful job. That is a lovely team. Alright, this is wicked. So, what is this? Now, the main sculpt is from my personal miniature sculpting hero. Wow, that is an absolute beast of a Croxigore. Excellent work using the Lizardman helmet, while the skink headdress is there as shoulder pads. I don't think it needs more. I think if you paint on stripes and stuff, it'll add that complexity to the model that I think you will flourish in painting. And excellent work on the troll there. Nice head swap, actually. That works. Oh, man. Goblins, I would say go for Black Orcs because they are so good. They are a bit bland to paint, but they paint up quicker than dwarves. So that'd be wicked to see. Gents, thank you so much for sharing. Hey, we've got Israel again. Greetings, Ben. I wanted to stop by and show you some progress on the Punga Pirates. Let me know what you think. Could use a fresh pair of eyes on them and would love to hear your CNC. Well, Skaven are terrible. You should never play them. Nah, this is looking absolutely brilliant. Love the blending here. So excellent work edge highlighting on the wraps. And the blending there with the yellow, it just looks like this dude is on fire, which is brilliant. I love the skin tone, that's really unusual for Skaven, but excellent blending with the bright red colours. This team pops, and I really love the work you've done on the wood there, because it looks like it has a depth of lighting to it where you've shaded darker the outer bits. Really clever. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not, but it's come out really lovely. This team is looking very awesome. Hang about. Oh no, you have made the bases. Yeah, you have made the bases. I thought maybe you just painted them on. That's how good the painting looks. No, that is awesome, Israel. Please keep us up to date. I know we're a bit behind, but please keep us up to date. We've got Sundered here. Hi, Ben. I have my Black Orc team ready to take names and break bones. The 3 Mupketeers, all named after Muppets and decorated with the skulls of their enemies. Also, my Wilhelm Chaney, not too heavily converted, just enough to make him stand out. I mean, this is a great model. So what it looks like Sundered Psyche has done here is taken a skull off maybe the Games Workshop skull pack, added it to a werewolf, and that's enough to make him stand out. Very similar to some of the RNE Studio stuff. Yeah, that's a wicked way of doing it. That is a very clever way of doing it. That's probably all you need to do. It's definitely going to save you £20 from Forge World, isn't it? Right, we've got Kermit, Waldorfs. This is the Black Orc team. Animal, Sam. Nice. Actually, I think that's brilliant. And I love that you've got the skulls and a cheeky bit of barbed wire there. That is terrifying. But I love it. I love the orange on there as well. That is brilliant stuff to see. Next up, we've got Jack. Hi, Ben. Thanks for the kind words last week with the Norse team. I have one of the Ulfwereners and Norse Berserkers almost done and wanted to show the progress so far. I'm going for a frosted white, gold and blue colour scheme. I'm happy with how it's going, but I need a little bit of work on the gold, edge highlights and base. Still working on a team name, stuck between Tears of My Enemies, nice, T-Y-R-S, that's brilliant, or the Fur Boys. But any names would be greatly appreciated. Tears of My Enemies is a brilliant team name. Just go with that, Jack. That's wicked. Loving all the work everyone is doing, love watching and shamelessly stealing ideas, and thanks for the videos, Ben. Thanks, Jack. Hey, Jack, thank you for sharing. Let's have a look at the rest of your Norse team. I love the colour scheme. Excellent work on the bases there. Definitely getting that vibe. Good head swap. So this is Blood Reaver with Space Wolf head, I think. And you've got, yeah, they're great. The AOS dudes are perfect for Norse. Now, I wonder if we're going to see a Norse team soon. Ah, so the Ulfwerener you've added like some spikes and bits to make him look wolfy. I like that a lot, Jack. That's a very cool way to get a Norse team to the pitch. Interesting one here from our Resonant Dwarf, Graham. So, hey Ben, not really enough WIP to progress to report, mainly base work, but I thought I'd tell you about my local gaming club are running their 11s league, which is 1100 from September to November. So here's my roster sheet and entrance so far. Black Orcs seem popular. I'll update you with match photos where possible. So what we've got is Graham's, Surrey's Premier Gaming League. So we've got Black Orcs, OWA, Shambling, Black Orcs, Goblins, Black Orcs, Renegades, Lizard, Renegades again. We've got the Barakvar Brew Kings, which is Graham's team, the Dwarves, Chaos Chosen, Humans, and Tomb Kings. That's going to be a really interesting one. There's no dash. The closest thing to dash there is Lizards and Human. I mean, Lizards are both. Goblins are going to have an interesting time. No Snotlings. Wow. You know what? Dwarves are going to do very well there. Black Orcs have dodge. OWA have dodge. Shambling Undead have dodge. Black Orcs, Goblins, Black Orcs all have dodge. Chaos Renegades will get dodge. Lizards have dodge. Yeah, you are about to have an awesome time, I think. Tackle is going to rule that. Now, we do have the roster here for the Brew Kings. Blocker. Mushroom. No, 2 Blitzers, 2 Troll Stairs, 2 Runners, and I'm assuming 3 rerolls. Yeah, and nice, because the larger team value, you get to run a full team. Yeah, love that. I think that's a great build. And you're going to have a really good time, especially in that meta, because that amount of dodge with that amount of tackle, it's going to be pretty sweet. What have we got next? What do we have next? We've got Peter here. Evening. Got a fair bit for you here to chew on. I only just got back into modelling in March after leaving it in my teens over 20 years ago. I feel like this is a rite of passage that so many people go through. Then in April, I saw there was a new Blood Bowl and had to have it. Been a big NFL and former owner of the old polystyrene pitch. This took me back to my youth. Since April, I've got 4 teams fully painted and still got 2 more to do. So, picture 1. These are my human mighty dolphins, teal and orange. Teal and orange, solid paint scheme. Love it. I tried to do a few conversions on my players' heads, arms and stuff like that. That is a great head swap. And that's all I can say. He got a little head over here on the spike. It's great. Oh, the catcher's got a little end zone bit behind him. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that the guy's got his helmet off. It's just adds a bit of character, adds a bit of creativity, and that's what we're here to do. And I think that's absolutely brilliant. Next up, we've got the Nobility team, Blitzburg Steelers. Nice, can't go wrong with that. And a solid gold scheme. I love that you've done the colour coding on the feathers. We did the same because it's just the only way to tell them apart at a distance, really. It's the safest way to do it. We've got Griff of Blitzburg. Excellent job there. Really good work picking out all the gold. I mean, Griff's a great model. Really fun to paint. And Black Orc and Gobbo from the Washington Greenskins. Yeah, absolutely superb. Excellent work getting the stickers on there as well. That's a solid paint scheme. And this has got to be Varag from the same team as well. The VGC, as I call him, don't like the ghoul on his shoulder, so I painted him with Orc Dida stripes instead. Yeah, the ghoul doesn't need to go on. Very similarly to Griff's bird. Oh dear, I think we've got some hay fever on the go. It's very sunny today. My personal favourite, here we go. My favourite team, as I love the models, these are the Champions of Hell. They are named after the most evil people that have ever lived. That is a very cool team. Excellent work on the flames, and not sure where you got the skull heads from, but a really great little... I like the ghoul skin as well. That team looks great. Excellent little edge highlighting on the boots for the skeleton. Can you guess who it is? That is very cleverly done. Whoa! Poor Spider-Man. I mean, to be fair, the second series of Spider-Man movies, he was very creepy, following people around, taking photos. Bryce the Slice, looking great. What did you find painting Gretchen? It's a nice model. I think it makes a great white. That is wicked. Right, we've got 90% complete pump wagon for the 20% completed magic mushroom snotling teams. Brilliant. I love the scheme. I love the little bits of extras you've put on there. That is excellent. Oh, we got the snots here. These are the only completed magic mushroom players. From left to right, we have Pep, Crank, Kush, and Rids, all named after drug street names. And the tokens for the 6th team, who are unnamed and only 50% built, as I need to finish my snotlings. But I'm thinking maybe the Thunder Bay Lightning as a potential name. Nice. Hope you like these. All are just a bit of fun. I've only played 3 games so far. Losing them all, doesn't matter. But I'm hoping to be in a league very soon with my undead team. Your channel keeps plodding me along while I'm painting. Thanks, Peter. Peter, thank you so much for sharing. That is some very cool stuff. Next up, we've got John O'Brien. Hey Ben, I just wanted to share my water/dice tower from Kraken Studios. It's 3 different tops to choose from, and I went with the one with the bathing goblins. I really like how it turned out. It's my first time painting water effect. Okay, that's very cool. Now, Kraken Studios do all the 3D printed files for studios, for stadiums and stuff, and they do some really cool stuff. We've seen a lot on the channel. This is the dice tower. These are the goblins on the roof. And this is the water effect. So, I mean, it's just such a fun model to have. Now, I assume the top comes off, you roll the dice through it. But no, great job with the water and the soap spuds. Suds, not spuds. That would be weird. No, that is a very cool thing. And that's such a cool accessory to have as well. And you did a very good job with the water. I like that. That's very cool, John. Thank you very much for sharing. Next up, we got Southie. Hey, Ben. I've really taken to Black Orc team, but I've painted enough green skins in my lifetime. So here's my take on a more midnight blue skin tone. The first one was the goblin partway through, and then the first 4 players completed to a decent standard. 4 down, only 12 to go. 13 if I decide to do Varag in the same scheme. You definitely should. Thank you for the great Blood Bowl content. Cheers from Australia, Southie. Right, I love alternative skin colours. So my personal favourite is red on goblins. And when I get around to picking up a Gribo, like their goblin teams, because they look like the Pathfinder dudes, and it just fits. But the blue is such a cool thing. And the terrific job there of the bronze as well just works so well with it. Now that team is going to absolutely shine. I mean, it's a lovely paint scheme on the skin as well, but it's going to look different. I just think it's bold, and I think it's fantastic, Southie. Please keep us up to date and definitely do Varag in that scheme with the gold armor as well. Talking of being creative, Ben Smith here. Hey Ben, just wanted to share some models I finished recently and the next set I'm working on. So the first ones are my Pro/High Elves. 3D printed helmets and base plates. Love the Warg name ones. It was actually pictures of my Slan team used in their Kickstarter. Oh, superb job. I've then designed my own replacement shoulder pads and printed them out as well. I mean, that is pro elfing, quite frankly. No, love the helmets. The effect is brilliant, and this is it, because the Pro Elf team is actually really good. It just needs some head swaps and a bit more armor, and you've got AV8 High Elves there. And you've done a superb job printing out the nameplates as well. They've come out beautifully. That is a really cool team. And High Elves are a bit of a sleeper hit at the moment. They're just doing so well in events because they're just good. They're just good, and especially there's like less skills kicking around in tournaments right now. They don't need them, which is pretty sweet. Now, great lineman. You've done a brilliant job with the heads there. Head swaps look great, and the painting's lovely too. I love the scheme. It's very Loathen. Yeah, like absolutely top job. Very similar to one of my future projects, I think, because I think it's just a no-brainer if you can find the pieces. So this is now they're done. I'm doing another elf team. These will work as pro elves and wood elves, possibly even dark elves. Quite a few subtle changes on these. Changes to knee pads, bit removed from the blessed plates, etc. All of the spikes removed, and custom designed printed shoulder pads. I painted up a test piece so far. The idea is it looks like it's wearing some old worn leather armor. It does. It looks like the pictures of the old NFL helmets, like the first ones they had, which were leather. Looks very like this. But we've got pictures here of the 3D shoulder pads. That is genius. And shoulder pads and open hands are two things that are just not as available as they should be. Now that is going to be a very sweet looking team. I'm interested to see how you're planning on doing them for both dark elves and wood elves at the same time. I guess the runners are your throwers. Your witch elves are your war dancers. Catchers is going to be the one. Catchers will be the one that's a little bit challenging. Okay, so next up, we've got a big one here from David, from Griff. Hey guys, love the channel. Keep up the great work. I have a lot of Blood Bowl teams, and I mean a lot, and that I should be painting up at the moment. Just finished a Gribo Cutimals Tomb Kings team for a friend. I'm currently trying to smash through a Cutimals Vampires team for myself, then a Gribo Corn Demon team for the before mentioned friend, and this would include female lewd grip. I'm kit bashing, thinking of calling a shrewd grip. I'm also kit bashing a spare 3rd edition Ripper Bolgrot into a warpstone troll where I've stuck tiny pebbles on him, which will be actually warpstones. That makes sense. But my most daunting project is my Gribo's Lizardman team, which has got a sort of diorama. The wall part is from an old castle creations, which are now defunct and come with a floor, but it was such a horrible 3D print job I decided to build my own floor and make it wider to fit more minis. A good excuse to buy more. I used MDF, wood, lots of green stuff, and this was pressed with 2 different green stuff world textured rolling pins. That's clever. The centre statue and smaller statues with flames are from Wargames 3D on Etsy, and our 2 small statues on the top far left are from Thanath. I put magnets on all these statues so they can be removed and used as reroll, counters, score markers, etc. Now I just need to finish painting the actual team. Here we go. So I have got the Google Drive here. So we are going to flick through these and have a look at Griff's Lizardman Stadium. What an awesome team trait. So the bottom base is wood, and he's used a green stuff roller to get the texture. The back is 3D printed. The top bits are magnetized and come off. And I mean, Griff's gone all the work of cutting out all the little holes. First of all, love the little Mr. Meeseeks box in the background. That's pretty cool. But you can, that's just awesome. Like, you rock up to a tournament with that, you're sorted. It just looks brilliant. You've got all your rerolls, all your bases. That is a lot of work doing the green stuff and then cutting it out for the bases themselves to fit in exactly right like you have done. That is just a ton of effort, Griff. Great job on the fire as well. I love that that's magnetized. That is bold. Like that, I feel like that should have a face of a dictator on it. It's just got that vibe. And the cool statue in the background as well. Oh, we've got proper WIP shots of this. Cold-blooded. That's the team. Awesome. I love the paint scheme as well. This is a brilliant project. I do love seeing stuff like this. It's just remarkable. Like, team trays are really good fun, and this one is just super detailed. You've gone all the efforts of magnetizing it for the counters and everything. That's just absolutely phenomenal work there, Griff. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is just outrageous. We've got some more lizardy bits here. Some very nice lizardy bits actually here from Stephen. Hey Ben, I remember asking about my Croxigore before. It's from War Gods. I forgot about War Gods. Let's see if we can enhance. Man, War Gods. I just forgot about that range of models. That is a superb Croxigore, actually, isn't it? Ooh, let's see if we can boop that down. And there you go. And it's got the appropriate Lizardman accoutrement to go on it. Now, I decided to convert the Crocs a little bit to unify it with the rest of my team. Super job. Finally finished my Lizardman team minus the Crocs. Accidentally threw away my decals, so I numbered them under the base. That's normal. That's absolutely fine. You could print some stuff. Well, you know. I would like to add in some pitch white lines, but I don't think it makes sense on the wet mud bases. Maybe you had some guidance on that. Hope you enjoy the team so far. They are so fun to paint. Right. I love the bases. They are super muddy. How would they mark out bases in a swamp? Would they use planks of wood? Is it too late to add a plank of wood? Would they use little pebbles that they could paint, perhaps? It's Lizardman, so there's always magic. I mean, the skin is done beautifully. Yeah, this team looks absolutely brilliant. That Crocs is really going to make it pop. I don't know. I mean, you can go for the white lines on bits of grass, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think if I was designing a swamp base, I'd probably use planks of wood, but that doesn't seem very very Lizardman-y. So I'm not really sure, to be honest. But the team looks absolutely superb, and there's some lovely blending going on there. That is a really nice bit of work. Stephen, absolutely brilliant. Next up, we got David. Hi, hope you're well. I thought I'd share a few bits that I've been working on recently. Keep up the good work. Thanks, David Warner. That is very cool. So, Sinbad, hope he comes back as a star player. Ah, Sinbad. I'm intrigued to see where we go with star players in Blood Bowl, because we are a bit short of them now. So, having some more would be pretty good. Excuse me, I'm a bit dry of the mouth. Who's this guy? Halfling Chef. Brilliant. That's a really cool little sculpt. I like that. And then we've got some cool ghost stuff going on here. So, Ghost Human Team. Anyone looking for a name would be good. Oh, you can just go with anything. That's a really clever way to get a team painted up nice and quick, and it leaves a really good effect. How do we name undead teams? I don't know. Find something that you want to bring back and just go for it. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really well done. I love seeing that. Ooh, love seeing this as well. Can't be a very angry Minotaur. Last one for today, my Chaos team with Minotaur that got best painted for teabagging the dead. That is amazing. Absolutely tearing them apart. And a wonderful Chaos team there as well. I love Chaos. I really do love Chaos. They're just such a brutal team. Next up, we've got Kevin. Hey, Ben. Glad to see some more content coming out and some WIP Wednesday again. I've just caught up viewing the last few episodes. Well, hopefully buckled up. The community here is great and keeps me motivated with my painting. My 2 trolls are nearly done. They're for my Snotlings team when I get to it. So we've got some retro first edition trolls here, and they are going to go beautifully with the Snotling team. The size is going to work excellently. Zug is done. Morg and Dr. Octopus at the base coat stage. Thanks for doing this, Kevin. That's a very cool model. So is that Crisis Protocol? Looking good, Zug. That's a good model. I do still maintain it looks a bit like Vin Diesel. And Morg. What an absolute beast. Getting a lot of play at the moment, Morg. And doing a great bit of work while he's doing it. Octopus looks good too. Tim, hey there, Ben. I've recently returned to the hobby and thought I'd share my progress. Welcome back. I've completed the Rug and Bottle Bounders Nobility 7s team, and I'm now working on the Ulthuan Ultras. Apart from the linesman, I have coloured the Ultras bases using the 2nd edition positional base colours. Happy blocking, Tim. Tim, wicked way of doing things. Team looks absolutely great. I do like the banding colours. It makes it a lot easier. That's what, like with the Nobility, doing the feathers and things. And when one of our local players, Craig, painted up his 2nd edition elf team, he used the hair crests to mark out the positionals. Very similar to that. Yeah, 7's team looks brilliant. So what we got for? We got 1, 2 blitzers, a thrower, and a bodyguard. Yeah, the only thing you could do is drop out the bodyguard and take the ogre, but he's not very reliable. But if he works, it really works. That's awesome, Tim. Thank you very much. KC Boneheads. In a previous WIP Wednesday, you spotted some white Warcry models in the background, so I figured you might want to see how they're coming along. Absolutely, we do. They're almost done. The swords need the glow effects added. Matte coatings and basing is what left. The 2 with pistols have the glow effects applied, so imagine that all over the place. Ooh, this is very cool. These models are very cool. Perhaps I need to pick this team up. It's very drow, very D&D. I love the skin tone you've gone for as well. I don't get to play with purple very much, so I wanted to make sure it was the dominant colour for this army. I airbrushed a bright white through a used dryer sheet for a spider web effect. Fading to black on their cloaks and use ghost tint purple. Unlike the snots, I wanted these to be dark and desaturated with their swords really popping. Right now it's all pretty gloss, so matte coating will change things a bit, but I'll send some final pics when I'm done. Okay, that webbing effect is remarkable. That is next level. This is gorgeous. Yep, I am immediately going to buy this team after filming. You have inspired me. We want to get some Age of Sigmar content and some Warcry content on the go. I'm done. I am done. That team has won me. Completely Ben-abled. I have just jumped onto the Entoyment website and ordered the K-Knight Shadow Stalkers. Amazing stuff. Anyway, we've still got a couple of minutes left to do some hobby goodness. So thank you, Casey, for making me buy things. Next up, we got Davin Perry. Hey, I'm really enjoying the Bonehead content and hope, like you, are hoping for a new Blood Bowl team. Come on, we've got to have something soon. It's August. The last teams were shown in August. It's been crazy. However, I am appreciative of all the stuff we've been given. And quite frankly, as you can tell from the channel and all the third-party stuff, we don't need Games Workshop to release new things, just new rules, so that we don't argue about whether they're legible or not. That's not fair. Legal. They're never legible. That's hilarious. Anyway, last week I played a game that ended in a draw. We both found the ball in the first chest opened, so we resolved in the next game that any unopened chest becomes mimics and move about the dungeon attacking the nearest player. That is absolutely awesome. I'm finishing up my assortment of Blood Bowl characters while testing some team paint schemes. I'm trying to use all my practice to good effect for my best minis yet. Gribo has some great substitutes for BB stars, and I made my own ref. I'm going to use Hammer Slash for Glart, Borak, or Ball and Chain Proxy. Nice. Hackflem is another OG mini I scored on eBay. I've also decided to use a Bengal Tiger pattern on the Black Orcs, but I think I want a Mardi Gras theme for the Imperials with a slight change in format. So 4 plumes is the throwers, 3 plumes blitzers, 2 plumes bodyguards, no plumes retainers. So let's have a look at Davin's teams here. So, oh, I see, trying out the different schemes. That is a cool model. Yeah, Gribo do some good stuff. I mean, nice job on the painting. I like the scheme. Is that like a orange and green? It's kind of old school. Right, so this is the Mardi Gras themed Nobility team. With the plumes removed and some heads swapped around. Ah, I like that. That's clever. And is that a little beholder in the background? That's wicked. Ah, that's a cool run below. Love to see Hackflem there. That's a cool bunch of minis there, Davin. Absolutely sweet. I'm Dungeon Bowl, man. Dungeon Bowl is awesome. Next, we've got Bloodshot. Hey, Ben, I took your advice and decided to send in my very first team I started. Been a big fan of the Goblins, so I thought they deserved to be my first team and think the models are great. Trying to get the hang of my first painting, so I know it won't be as amazing as other people's teams. They just need... you're doing it for you. You're building your team, your franchise, your legacy. That's the best way. Also, I didn't realise I had to wash my metal models like I do with resin ones, so sadly my troll isn't holding the paint like it should. But at least know now I won't make that mistake with other pieces. That's interesting. I've never had a problem with metal miniatures. Never. Never, ever, ever have I ever washed a metal mini before painting it. So that's a bit brutal there, Bloodshot. Wanted to finally show off my girlfriend's pump wagons. She's been working with me. I think they're coming out amazingly. Keep up the great content you're making. I'll send an update once my team is finished or when the Norba team comes in. Fantastic, Bloodshot. I love the goblins. The team is looking great. Nice troll in the background there, just lurking over. Those are some cool trolls. I love the scheme as well. You can't go wrong. Yeah, nice trolls. I'm not sure where they're from, but they work really well. This is a cool selection of dudes as well. Come on, Ben. Come on, Ben. You should recognise that guy. Maybe it's Willie's or something. I don't know. Anyway, looking really, really, really cool. Love the scheme. And let's see the pump wagon. Can we get to the pump wagons? Absolutely top. You cannot beat pump wagons. And I love the mix mash of snotlings in there as well. That's absolutely brilliant. Bloodshot, welcome to painting. It's a big, big rabbit hole to fall down. Next up, we got Jelly. Hey, Ben. Making some nice progress on the last bits of my snotling team. Snot Grack Big Noses Flying Circus. Kraken Crumbleberry models came from Willie's Miniatures, if anyone was wondering. Been trying out some new metallics on them. Still need their highlights, but I'm impressed so far. For Acorn, I'm going to use... I'm going for a corn theme because it's all in the name. Speaking of corn, what if the new spikes ties to BB3 and we get rules for the new star players in the game? Tinfoil hat moment. Greetings, Jelly. I'm so excited to see what comes out next. Right, these are lovely models. I love Acorn down here. That is a very cool build, and I love this with the shields. It's just a cool thing. You need like a sail on that to make it kind of like a longboat. That's actually cool. I've got a spare pump wagon I need to build. And we can see the teams coming along, and that's really nice gold. That is a really nice gold. I'm assuming that's the new metallics you've been playing with. And yeah, looking that is just so good. That is just so good. I absolutely love it. Jelly, thank you very much for sharing your progress with us. Hey, we've got trolls. I finally finished my New Orleans inspired Nobility team here at the Crescent City Clerics. The Blitzers have heads from Puppets of War and the Thrower from Necromunda. That's quite cool. Let's see. Do we need to zoom in a little bit? Ah, with the goggles. It's very Kaladesh from Magic the Gathering. I like that. That is cool. The bodyguards carry the colours of Mardi Gras on their helmets, because if Games Workshop gives me models with flamboyant feather hats and parade uniforms, I'll paint a parade. I figured there was a connection between Imperial New Bretonia and New Orleans, both borrowing from French culture. Nice. And to tie the whole thing up, I gave the ogre a musketeer / pimp hat. Brilliant. This is my 14th NFL inspired team. You can see the others on Instagram, painting_angry_dolls. Do check it out. Let me know what you think, and thanks for all the great content, trolls. PS, finally became a Patreon. Don't know what took me so long. Sorry. Thank you very much for your support. Massively appreciate that. And I massively appreciate this team too. So look at how cool an effect you can make with a couple of head swads. So the Blitzers are clearly different players now. That makes a massive difference. And a cheeky head swap on a thrower makes him pop out. I actually really like the goggles effect. That's very clever. Wow, these helmets are just superb. I love Puppets War. They do some brilliant stuff. And the scheme is wonderful. Look at the colouring and the feathers. I just love Nobility. I've just finished painting mine. Well, I say that until we buy the next bodyguard for the series anyway. I'll have to finish painting that. But, I mean, the team looks fantastic, but the ogre with the hat is just the best thing. Look at this. This is awesome. Just so much style. Just so much style. Absolutely phenomenally good. That's so good, trolls. That's made my day. We got David Spence here, and I think it's the first update for a little while. Hey Ben, hope you're well. It's been a good while since we sent anything through, so Amy and I thought it was about time for an update. You might remember from my last email that I claimed in earnest that we were working through all the leftover bits and pieces before starting any new teams. Well, that lasted about a day. That's good. That makes me feel better. And then things got a bit out of hand. Worried about where this is going. We are now in the middle of about 5 or 6 different teams and projects. Yeah, that's proper hobby. Attached, you just need to look at the studio just one time. Attached to some photos of the WIP in various states of completion. Lots of these just need bases doing, and we hope to use the Cutimals team in an upcoming mini tournament we've arranged for our mates, Bloodomania. Absolutely brilliant. Firstly, we have some more Angry Princesses. Now, these are awesome models, but the paint jobs are so clean. They're just perfect. You could have used these for the actual Kickstarter. I mean, just so good. Enjoy placing Snow White next to the Gribo Dwarves. Speaking of, here are the first 11 of those guys and girls. And then we have the start of the Gribo Amazon team. So, this, I said really clean, but look at the work on the beards there. It is a really clean painting technique, but the marbling effect on the metal has been just incredibly done there. But that beard is just so bold. That is beyond me, I'm afraid. That's beautiful. Like, really, really, really good. Great orange. We got some orange in the episode, but these models are so good, and the painting is excellent. Just so cool. Really, really, really cool models. Such a cool team. Right, here we go. We've got the Amazons now. Gribo Amazon team. The leopard print was fun to paint, but there are a lot to get through. That is a brilliantly executed leopard print. Ian Warhammer Hannam has taught me through doing some stuff. I think he even wrote an article about how to do animal painting stripes, and there was one in White Dwarf once. I've not been able to pull it off. Maybe that's what I should challenge myself to next. In fact, we'll put a poll up, and I'll take on checkers, animal stripes, leopard print, or something else for a player, and we'll see what we can do. I might even put a little video together. I think I will, actually. How to fail at painting something. Right. Then some beautiful orc cheerleaders. That will be a prize in Bloodomania. I think I might skip through that. Then the Chaos Fluffers. Needing some basing before taking to the pitch. And finally, a tree that I painted for a Wood Elf team. The crow on the back is borrowed from a mate's undead team. Also, I started making a Punga version of the Essential Hack Phlegm as well, possibly used by Amy's Chaos. Thanks for all the great content, David and Amy. Right, let's just have a look through. So we got the Cutemoles team here. Excellent work on the black armor. Just straight up, excellent work. And I love the mismatch of colours there. It's a very cool team. Tiff's been eyeing up the Cutemoles teams. So we've got the Wood Elf Tree Man. I love the glowing effect on that gem. I went with the standard tree man face, but the armoured face is really cool. And there's the crow. Oh, that fits beautifully. Oh, here we go. Ooh, wow. Hackflem got gribbly, but you do need Hackflem in this meta. I think it's just so good. And absolutely awesome. Right, guys, we are going to have to wrap up for today because I have got an online meeting soon-ish. So we're gonna have to catch up. We're still behind with the WIP stuff, but please don't stop sending it in. We should be able to catch up by next week. I'll see what I can do to maybe put out another bonus episode. Anyway, all my time at the moment has been filming and editing the Bonehead Championship, and I've just been having a great time. So sorry if I've not been as prolific as normal. It's been an interesting month, and it looks like it's going to carry on, but we've got some really good games coming for you, and I think we're all going to have a really good time going through it. But for now, guys, thank you so much for sharing. The Bonehead Podcast at gmail.com. Put WIP Wednesday in the title. Show us what you're working on, and yeah, we'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Happy painting. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to help support the channel even further, please like and subscribe, or come join us on our Patreon. We have early access to content. We get loads of feedback from you guys, and we try and do competitions as much as we can. Or you can get yourself some Bonehead Podcast merch on our Spreadshirt site. So if you want to support a team, especially for the Bonehead Championship, you can pick up a shirt, a mug, things like that. It all helps support the channel, and we really appreciate it. Anyway, links below. Thank you very much. Happy blocking.